and wines, Discount Liquor is your one-stop tailgate shop. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st and Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow. See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Is your yard ready for fall? Pick up the essentials during Fleet Farm's Fall Yard Prep. Get everything you need like Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Lawn Food. On sale, $49.99. Get 5 bags of Scott's Triple Shred Mulch for just $10. And all poly tarps are 20% off. Plus, shop our wide selection of cleanup gear like rakes, wheelbarrows, power equipment, and more. We have what you need for your everyday life. Fleet Farm.
We don't want you on our team.
You're not the right fit for this job.
You're too slow and fast.
Don't you care how you look?
Weight bias hurts. Go to stopweightbias.com. A public service message from Obesity Action Coalition.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
My point here is ear, nose, sure. Throat seems kind of important. There are a lot of important things happening in your throat.
Yeah, think about Iceman in Maverick.
I know, but I do a lot of things to my body.
I just wanted to stop by, see if you had any questions about tomorrow's operation.
Yeah, I have a question. What do you know about inter-abdominal retractors?
Are you asking because you saw 2020 last night?
I sure am.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Why are you pausing awkwardly? Please keep talking.
I don't need to go to the doctor. I can do it myself. Right? You always go to the doctor.
Time out.
Almost never.
Yes, all of this is very good information. You still haven't ranked the doctor.
Well, that report was about one very specific type of retractor. And I can assure you we do not use that retractor in your friend's procedure.
But you will use a retractor.
We have to.
Mm-hmm. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth, talk about it.
You're just wrong.
No.
I don't know if he's ever been more right.
Wrong.
Spot.
No, delicious.
Terrible.
Wait a minute.
I'm with Jen on this.
You have to like the flavor in order to like the candy. That's just the bottom line.
I love mint. You know what I love mint then, Jen?
Ice cream.
My toothpaste.
Oh, jeez. That's it?
That's it.
No mint chocolate chip ice cream.
No.
Out.
No York peppermint patty.
They yelled at me last week about this.
Then you don't like mint.
Yeah,
No,
eating it with chocolate around it is like brushing your teeth
with chocolate around it?
With a Snickers bar.
With a Snickers bar.
Yeah. That sounds good.
How are you out on Junior Mints? Again,
terrible.
you have to admit then, if you're out on Junior Mints, you just don't like mint.
No, it gives me that feeling I'm with him.
I don't mind mint chocolate chip.
Oh, well, you just...
Yeah, I mean, mint chocolate. I don't like mint chocolate chip ice cream because it makes me feel like I just went to the dentist.
No, I know, but it's not as aggressive as like a Junior Mint or a peppermint patty.
Sure.
The ratio is totally off.
The ratio of mint to chocolate?
Yes.
I like them.
Yeah, I'm putting this on the poll.
I think you have to like mints. Wait, do you like the little disky mints? The little discs, peppermint? Do you like peppermint?
If I have bad breath.
Yes.
If I have bad breath, yes. Give me what are they, certs or whatever they're called?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the old school Christmas-looking red and white swirlies.
Those are disgusting. Candy canes are
God,
gross.
you're so wrong.
Preach!
Candy canes are
you can have the
gross.
peppermint brownies this year.
I
got
got to the
another
Church of
problem.
Jew this morning, and he is just preaching.
What the hell is wrong with Nickelback? I am so sick of this Nickelback hate. They weren't great, but they're not horrible.
They
are.
are.
Nickelback.
They're horrible.
They're bad.
Yeah.
No,
and
they're
you want to know
not.
what it is? It's not, to me, it's not even the music. It's the remedial rhyming / lyrics. Like, did they have a bunch of 6-year-olds start rhyming in first grade and go, yep, lyrics? Because that's basically what it sounds like. That's my issue with
Grunge
Nickelback.
is 100 times worse than Nickelback.
What do you mean
If
grunge?
we want to Nirvana, Pearl Jam,
Going in on Pearl Jam. I can't believe this.
And it's always that exact line, by the way. It's like he thinks every single song says, and I feel, and I feel, and I feel.
Bad. It's that whole genre of grunge is like underwear.
It's like underwear. What do you mean? Underwear is pretty useful and valuable.
Not when it's grunge.
I was about to say, so you're saying underwear was about as useful to the guy on the airplane the other day.
Oh,
the
that poor
grunge
man.
underwear is you play basketball in it, 6 games, and you sit around on your couch. And then you decide to go take a shower 3 hours after the game.
And then do you wash the grungy underwear or do you just leave it alone?
You got one more.
One more where?
Because you can turn it inside out.
What about washing?
You're talking to the wrong guy. This guy's
If you're
had
in
the same pair of
college,
socks
Jen?
on all
now
week.
we're in college.
You got to
Oh,
go
yeah.
6 floors down, all the
Interesting
way
how we
down.
keep changing the story, and now we're in
You've
college.
never flipped
all
your
of a
underwear
sudden.
inside out?
No,
Yeah.
I have plenty of underwear.
Of course I've done that.
In fact, I will tell you this. Over the last few years, one of the very best things I have done for me, for Jen, as opposed to all the other people I take care of, is buy new, comfortable, Plenty-O underwear. It was great. Because you know what would happen is you'd get to the bottom of your underwear drawer and you'd be like, G-string? Well, guess it's a party. You know what I mean?
Super
no, I
relatable
don't.
for Gabe
You know
and
what I
Chewy
mean?
himself.
No,
Yeah.
don't
Number
know what you
one.
mean.
You
I've
know
never-
what I mean.
I've
You
never
know what
got
I
to the
mean.
end of the underwear and went, oh, G-string.
It's like the end of the rainbow.
I
There's
got-
a pot of gold.
I got in trouble, not really trouble, but I got busted in college, and I should have kept my mouth shut. Because they give you a satchel, a bag, that looks like the...
yeah, for laundry.
For laundry, you put all your stuff in there after you're done wearing it. So I was stuffing my laundry from, my normal wearing clothes, and the bag was huge. So other guys copied me. And all of a sudden, everyone's doing their laundry in the bag. And
I'm assuming you were only supposed to be putting your football
Yes,
gear
correct.
in the satchel. I can't believe you
Yes.
called it a satchel.
satchel.
Yeah, that's because he's old.
Is that like a man purse? No one calls it a satchel. What do they call it, though? A laundry basket. Anyway, you've got me off track, per usual. So we're out on Mince. You're in on Nickelback. I feel like being in on Nickelback negates any other opinion you have of any other
I'm not
thing.
in on them. I'm just like, why?
You
it's
just feel
good
like someone
music.
needs to defend. Well,
yeah,
it's not
he's the
good music.
he's the defense attorney. He's Nickelback's defense attorney.
Yes.
Like, stop being mean to Nickelback. That's what you are.
Fine. They're fine.
They're not,
no, they're
actually.
less than fine. Yeah. Anytime I hear a Nickelback song that comes on,
Click.
Yep, gone. Deuces.
Why?
Because it's not good.
We listen to it as athletes to get you going.
No chance. Absolutely 0% chance listening to
want-
Nickelback got you going.
Are you confusing Nickelback with another band?
Creed, maybe? Also bad.
Yeah, but Creed's so bad it turns the corner.
They had a problem. There was a problem.
Which was?
Videos.
Wait, do you know something I don't know about Creed? It's distinctly possible because I don't really care to know
Do you know
anything
what I'm
about
talking
Creed.
about?
I don't know. Scott Stapp do something?
Yeah. With
Oh.
a couple people.
And there was video of it?
Now that sounds like a party. I want to get to this, guys, because I'm so over this. I'm so frustrated. It drives me absolutely insane. We have too many apps. I get an email the other day from my kids' school, saying, "Good news, parents. All of your children's artwork that they bring home and show to you and you don't know what to do with, we are going to start digitally capturing their artwork. And we are going to send it to you via this new app. You have to download this new app. It's like Art Wonder or Art's Amazing or Art's something." And I was like, no, I don't want any more apps. So I did a little thing. I was like, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it just feels overwhelming. This is my overwhelming part of the year. I'm like teetering right on the edge, and just adding another app feels like it's going to just drop me off the cliff, right? I counted how many apps are in my phone. You have any guess as to how many apps I have in my phone right now?
63.
63. No, way more.
I will take 152.
146 is very good. If this was not the prices, right?
Because I went over.
Yeah, you went over. 146. I have 146 apps in my phone. We need an app for everything, it seems, right now. We need an app to get in the building here, right?
Yeah.
You got to use the Open Door app to get in. You need an app to order your food now, right? I want to order a sandwich at Cousins. Go to the app, order it there, pick it up in 15 minutes.
For your gym.
For your gym, exactly. To get in the door of the gym, I need an app. I can't just show my pretty face.
Or you go to a bougie
or
gym.
the key fob. I used to have the key fob, right? The little keychain. You had all the key fobs. It had your Savers card on it for the grocery store, and it had your gym entrance on it, and your library card.
Wouldn't you rather just have all that on your phone versus
we have a key fob
a Dungeon Master's keychain with all those things that you just described on it?
Oh, like a landlord, right?
Yeah. I go, which one? Oh, here it is.
I am managing a property is what I'm doing.
Don't you go through and purge? Like I go through and purge like every month. You know, where you touch the thing and everything turns to an X?
What do you purge? What do you get rid of? What can you get rid of? Now, again, realizing you and I are at very different stages of life. Because most of it now is for my kids, right? The sports apps, right? Got to have a sports app to manage the team and see the rosters and the schedule. But then there's also a sports app to watch the highlights. If you want to watch Huddle and watch the film, that's a whole nother app. There's all of these things now, and it is overwhelming me. And I wish I could just simplify. I wish I could just consolidate and figure out a way to not have... Because what ends up happening is all the apps have notifications, and all the notifications are bling, bling, bling throughout the day. And I want to get some stuff done. I got these notifications popping off, needing my attention. I'm not getting anything done. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to like simplify, but also see my children's artwork. What is so bad about them just bringing home the dang artwork like we did for decades and decades and decades?
Well, and if you want a digital copy of your child's artwork, can't you just take a picture yourself before you throw it out?
1,000,000%. Yes. If I want to keep a memory, a physical memory of that artwork, can't I just take a picture of it?
You could. Could also just throw it away.
Do you have to
do you organize yours? Do you do like the little folders on like the iPhone?
Yes, I'm not insane. I mean, again,
I don't do that.
that's the thing.
It's so much work.
You have to organize. Do you use the search? Do you use the search?
Yeah, I just whatever I download, it gets downloaded wherever it is, and I just.
How many apps do you have, Ashy?
Well, let me count. A lot.
I've got 119.
I gotta have
119. I bet most people have about 100.
I bet Chewy has 20. I've seen his
No,
phone.
not
So
20.
it's like the camera an app?
Yes, it's an app.
That's an app.
Yeah.
What about the ones that I have
Everything
on my phone?
that has an icon.
Hold on a darn second, please, because I got a bunch of the ones that have the little cloud with the download thing, meaning it was there, but it's not downloading anymore because I don't use it.
But
Does
it
that
is
count?
in the cloud, which means that
you
it's
still
still
have it.
I got about 40 something, but I could purge. Like, what's Hotwire?
for flying. It's for travel. I got a boatload of those, right? I got one for every airline, right? United, Delta, American, Southwest. I guess that's it. Not doing a lot of JetBlue flying, I suppose.
Spirit is clearly not spending the money to upkeep an app.
Concur, which is obviously how I book my travel for ESPN. A lot of people do Concur for their expenses, right? I got Kayak because I use Kayak to go and see what all the options are before I go to the specific airline app. Then I got the Starbucks app on there. I got Hilton also in there because that's how I get my Hilton points when I travel. Like everything now. And that's the thing. You go to Hilton and they're like, oh, do you have your Hilton app? I do. Here it is. Click, scan, points. Like it just feels like you go to McDonald's now. What do they say? It's not even a person talking to you. It's AI. They say, welcome to McDonald's. Will you be using the mobile app today? No, Sharon. I'll be using my mouth and my vocal cords. Can you handle that? Would that be okay?
All I want is a Big Mac.
Like the baseball app just got rid of it. Don't need it.
Oh, the ballpark app?
Yeah.
Now is exactly when you need the the ballpark app for tickets. Yeah, you're not going to a game anytime soon. I was talking about the MLB app so that you can keep track of the pennant race. I mean, goodness gracious. The fantasy football apps, the betting apps. I got 1, 2. You know what? Never mind. Let's not talk about that. I got the Peloton app on here. I got the Athletic app on here. Again, my gym at Elite. I added Threads. I do meals now. My family, we get meals. So now I have an app for that, Factor Meals, where they send us 3 meals a week so my family doesn't eat pizza and mac and cheese when I'm out of town.
Hold on a second.
Do you have the Stanley leveling map?
What's wrong with pizza and mac and cheese?
You have a leveling app on your phone?
Yeah.
I kind of love that.
I've got one too.
How often are you using it?
Yeah, when pictures get crooked.
You just walk over and drop your phone on it?
So what is this, daily? Right around 3:30, right before
I
Ice
knew
Road
that
Truckers
picture
comes
was
on,
crooked.
just going around the house making sure everything's level.
Oh, it needs to be updated. Haven't used it in a while.
Haven't used it in a bit, yeah. I have one for tracking when I track my features on here that I use, Sirius XM, which is how I listened to the Clemson-Duke game the other night because figure it out, Spectrum and Disney. Figure it out. I'm on one this morning, you guys, between the apps and the issue we're having with watching games. How are we going to watch the Texas-Alabama game this weekend? How are we going to watch it?
come into here and watch on YouTube TV. We'll have a party.
Gabe and I will be.
Palermo's here. We got the pizza ovens.
In here watching. Are you telling me that I'm the only person this bothers?
What, the Spectrum? Nah, it doesn't bother me at all.
Well, all right.
I don't have
this
Spectrum,
is not a conversation for you.
$17 streaming service.
It's definitely not legal.
It is too legal.
Can't wait till the cops come and bust you.
You want updates of the Texas-Alabama game?
Well, I don't want them on Sunday.
They might be wrong.
Not only will they be wrong, they'll
Saturday
definitely
nights.
be 4 minutes late. By then, you'll have seen all the tweets. 800-990-3776. Am I the only one that this bothers? Because again, it's not like it has. It's been an accumulation, right? First couple didn't bother me. That, the fact that we have to use an app to get in the door here, that didn't bother me. But it just feels like everybody now is saying, "Hey, we have an app. There's an app for that. We have an app for that. Have you downloaded our app yet?" And I'm like, listen, I don't know that I'm going to be coming here all that often that I need your app. Can I just order the smoothie and we'll see? Can this just be our first date? Can we not sign a marriage certificate right now? Can we just maybe let me get the smoothie and walk out of here without downloading an app?
Again, I figured you would be with as much as you use like the calendars and phone, like you kind of live off of your phone in terms of communicating with your family. You listed off all those things, the meal service that you have for your family to make sure they have those. It just seems like it's convenient to all have it in one place. I'm not bothered by the number of apps that I have on my phone.
Do you have notifications set up on your apps?
No.
Most apps, I do not allow notifications.
So then, for instance, like my kid's school, there's an app, it's called Blooms. We use that, and that's how the teachers communicate with us. You got to have notifications set up on that, because if they reach out to you and say, Layla has a fever, we're sending her to the nurse's office.
Yeah.
You'd like to know about that before she gets to the nurse's office and the nurse calls you and says, when are you picking up your kid? She's got a fever in the office. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like all of that stuff probably needs to be.
Yeah, there are certain things that, like I've obviously my text messages, or there are a couple of other messaging apps that I have that, notifications are set for. But like I'm not allowing ESPN really to send me too many notifications, not getting too many notifications from the Masters app or anything like that. Because I'm going to, if there's a game going on, I'm going to go to that app anyway and check it. So I don't have a lot of those notifications set on the majority of apps I have.
800-990-3776. I am out on apps. It is the apocalypse. That's what it is. It's the apocalypse.
Except for the Wisconsin On Demand app. Download and listen today.
No, I'm boycotting all apps, even ones that the company promotes. We got a big show, busy show today. Adam Schefter starts his appearances on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We've got tight end trivia coming up a little later in the show. Seeing a lot of love for Luke Musgrave out there, Packers fans. Justin McCoy from Cousin Subs is going to hang out with us. Sophia Minert also going to talk about your first place brew crew. And we, of course, are going to preview that Packers-Bears game for this weekend. Gabe?
Get perked up. Let me tell you guys about Perky's Old Fashioned. It's an old-fashioned mix with the booze already inside. With both brandy and bourbon options, get Grandma Perky's secret wherever, whenever. All you have to do is add the soda. Perky's is great for boat days, weddings, holiday parties, everything in between. Had some people over at the house this weekend, kick back, serve some Perky's. They absolutely loved it. I've got the brandy right now at home, but the bourbon, I tried that at a golf outing about a month ago. It's fantastic. I need to get a bottle of bourbon because I know people are going to love that when they come over to watch football games as well. Find Perky's near you and go to perkysoldfashioned.com. Perky's Old Fashioned, locally made, Wisconsin made. Your bartender in a bottle.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got some backups along southbound 43, stretching from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive to about Burleigh. Then the northbound side is going to be a bit backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue up to about Keith. Southbound 41, a little heavy right past Capitol Drive itself, but other than that, we've got a pretty good ride. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Delafield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, a few showers or storms, mostly cloudy, otherwise a high of 83. Tonight, a few showers, mostly cloudy with a low of 61. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
From the tee box to the green and everything golf-related in between.
Same thing with Xander and Cantley. Like those four, because you know you're just going to pair them together. Like those four are safe on this Ryder Cup team. They're safe in 2 years on that Ryder Cup team.
On the tee with Gabe Neitzel and Steven Watson.
Like JT and Spieth are still your horses. Like they are still your first team out.
On the tee with Gabe and Steven. Presented by Wisconsin Golf Trips. Mondays at 6 on 94.5 ESPN.
It's WTMJ's Brandon Stein for Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson is hosting the second annual Medal of Honor ride this Saturday. Join NAM Knight's Brew City chapter for a ride from the War Memorial Center in Milwaukee to Wisconsin Harley-Davidson in Oconomowoc. Enjoy music, food, and vendors supporting our veterans' needs. Registration begins at 9 a.m. and the ride leaves at 11 a.m. Check out their website or like and follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and online at WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
Football season happens at Maddie's Bar and Grill. The Green and Gold kick off their new era on Sunday in Chicago, and on Monday it's the old QB's new team taking the field. Maddie's is the place to be for the games, and for Monday's game it's a special toast or roast of Rogers. Stop by, watch the game, and order the limited edition Homer Burger, named after our very own Steve Homer True. Mention ESPN Milwaukee when you order, and be entered for free burgers for a year from Maddie's. Maddie'sBar.com for full event schedule and details.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and you gotta love finding change in the junk drawer, or even better, a 20 in your laundry or pants pocket, right? But the best source of extra cash may be in the walls of your home. All right, wait. Now, put down the sledgehammer and tap into the value of your house by setting up a home equity line of credit and experience a state of tranquility, knowing funds are there when you need them. Get started at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Kevin Murat here from Mentality Men's Health. We hear stories every day in our clinics that what used to work for guys doesn't anymore. Increased cardio, cut out certain food, nothing stops the changes in their bodies, especially the weight. The fact is, years of decreasing testosterone has packed on the belly fat that won't go away. We've introduced a medication, semaglutide, that helps drop 15% of the body weight on average while preserving testosterone. Join the over 20,000 Mentality clients and jumpstart your results. In Milwaukee, go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He sounds like the Beatles.
What?
Anyone?
This is a new one on me.
Listen
Even
to
I
his
don't
interview,
know.
the way he talks. He sounds like Paul McCartney. Ringo farted and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I cannot be the only person out there who is sick and tired of downloading apps. There's an app for that. There's an app for that. Need an app for that. Can you download this app? You want to pay attention to your children? We'll be sending out pictures from school. Here's an app. We're sending out their artwork. Here's an app. Sports teams. You need this app. Oh, not that app anymore. We're not doing that one. You know, there's like Sports Engine, but then that's only the baseball team. The football team uses an entirely different app.
Do you have
overwhelming me?
Because all of the and I'm curious who's at games updating these because I've got a lot of friends with kids who are playing baseball this summer and they'd be keeping an eye on their kids' games through an app. Like who's updating that?
One of the parents sits there behind the plate, updates balls and strikes, updates the outs. Yeah, that's.
Damn.
I mean, every game somebody's just sitting there doing it.
That sounds more painful than going to the game.
Just watching some dots move on a screen.
Do you like sports at all?
Do I like sport?
Let me speak for my client. How about half a cup?
I like football. Football's great.
We are going to get to this a little bit later in the show, but think on this, Chew. The Packers win against the Bears this weekend. By the way, they released the dope sheet yesterday. Love a good dope sheet, man. I will sit there. I will dive into a dope sheet. I will sit and just read and read and read.
My guy over here loves a good dope sheet, too.
We used to read it when I
kind of dope sheet. He rolls his. Yeah. I read mine.
But they would put this in our locker probably Thursday. So we'd actually get this. And we love the dope sheet. Good blast of history.
This is a fatty, too.
It is?
Again, not to be confused. It's 123 pages. Like you can read the short version.
Yeah.
But I'm scrolling through. I'm on page 23 of 123. And again, it's good information, and you can't retain it all. It's absolutely impossible to retain all the information. But one thing that stood out to me, and this is from like page 1 or 2 yesterday, Green Bay is the only team in the NFL to open on the road the last 5 years straight. How does that happen? That's just the scheduling gods giving you a big bleep you at the beginning of the year. The only team in the NFL to start on the road every year for the last 5 seasons, Chew.
But they're doing them a favor.
How do you figure?
Because guys would rather get it on the back end than the front end.
Okay.
Disagree.
Okay.
Are we talking about the same thing?
I said the players.
Okay, I mean, again, to each their own, but I'm more of a fan of the front end than the back end. That's just me.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
He's
I wasn't
talking
sure.
about, is Ashton's girlfriend pregnant?
What?
Someone said,
nope, not me.
that someone got their girlfriend pregnant.
It's
in the
public
state.
knowledge, just by the way. It's Ben Brust.
Ben Brust.
It's public knowledge.
Did you know that?
Wait, time out. The whole
It's not me.
got their girlfriend pregnant insinuates that she didn't have a hand in it and that she was not on board with it, doesn't it? Like the whole oh, he got her pregnant.
But did
Maybe she was like, I want to
wanting
be
to get
pregnant. Like,
I guess.
just
Did you know that, though?
Yes,
Would
because
you like
Ben,
a shovel, Chewy? Because right now you're digging a pretty deep hole.
Ben told us a couple
Ben
weeks
didn't
ago.
tell me anything.
Well, first
There's
of
a
all,
reason. Because he also told you not to say his girlfriend's name on the radio, and guess what you did?
Okay, so how am I supposed to know? If I just hear, hey,
I told you this morning it was public knowledge. You didn't have to walk around it. You could have just said it.
Also, it wasn't Ashton at all.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Unless, Ashton, you want to share something with us, which, again, you are welcome to do on this show right in this very
no,
moment.
but if someone
I don't, then I
says
wouldn't.
to me, I have friends that listen to the show and other shows, they say, someone got their girlfriend, how do I say it?
Someone's pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah, just continue.
I'm just saying, how was I supposed to know? He didn't tell me it was Ben.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I did.
My buddies I'm talking about.
Why are you trusting
My
them?
buddy said someone's girlfriend is pregnant at your station, and you know
just-
where I was going to go with it.
You thought that Ashton went on a different show to break that news.
Yes.
You thought that now
in
that
fairness-
Ashton is having sex, it's likely that he
We
doesn't
don't
know
know
what he's
that.
doing. And
That was last week's little. All right, what were we talking about?
I barely
This is why.
remember.
This is why.
No, you know what? I for sure was talking about the Green Bay Packers. There's absolutely zero chance I
the
wasn't
front and
talking
the
about
back.
The front and back sides.
No, because they had us so hood, which is true, because back in the day, we were really good in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they would justify it. They'd be like, hey, we want to play on the road early in the year because we want to get teams here when they're cold. I still think that applies.
With a younger team, it could apply.
You don't think that's an advantage?
playing at Lambeau Field in December.
Instead of getting the opener at home.
If you have a game late, would you rather be at home or on the road? Playoff implications.
It's just Lambeau Field is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's pristine. And I love a September Lambeau game.
Have you
and the
sat
fact that
on
they're-
those bleachers
Nah,
in September?
No, of course not. I sit in the press box. What are we talking about here?
It's not ideal.
What I was going to say, though, is not only do they start out on the road, but then they go on the road for week 2 as well. They're not home until week 3. Doesn't that feel, again, like a disadvantage? Doing the travel and then the travel?
Get it in December, January. You're getting home games there. That's what we bought into. We're like our mindset was like, if we get a team in here December, January, they're not beating us. They're not beating us.
Also, I mean, with the new schedule, you're going to have some weird things because this year they have more road games than home games because it's the year where they have 9 road games instead of 9
But I
home
think
games.
them opening on the road is good. If they come out of this 1-1, I think it's pretty good.
You think them opening on the road 5 years straight is good? Or is it just
I don't know if it's fair.
It feels a little quirky to me.
Yeah, but that's all it is. It's like a scheduling quirk. I don't think there's somebody in the scheduler's office that has it out from Mark Murphy and the Green Bay Packers.
I think it's an advantage because you're so tired at the end of the year and you're like, no, man, we got to go to San Fran.
You'd
wanna
just rather be at home.
So you're saying traveling early in the season is
Yes.
what the players would do because they're fresh.
Yeah.
You're like eager beaver.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I got bad news for you.
It hasn't worked out well.
Well, no, in the last 6 weeks, it's just 3 home games, 3 road games. December and January.
Also, isn't there some criticism? Hasn't there been some criticism of Matt LaFleur's ability to get guys ready for the first game of the season?
There have been a couple.
Stinkers, clunkers.
Well, the one in Jacksonville was just
New Orleans.
bad.
What is off the top of your head, what are the last few home opener, or not home openers, but road openers, season openers?
So you've got, New Orleans was in Jacksonville. They've opened in Chicago a couple of times, Minnesota in 2020.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
What else was there? where did they open up in 2019? Can't remember where they were in 2019. But again, I think it's more of a. It wasn't just a Matt LaFleur thing. I think it was a Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers thing because they weren't playing guys in the preseason. Like, I think all those excuses are out the window now because outside of somebody like David Bakhtiari, who is not going to play because of injury stuff, like even Aaron Jones got some snaps in the preseason. Like, they played a good chunk of just about all their starters in the preseason. I don't know if that was an effort to kind of curtail some of the slow starts they've had.
I'll tell you this, Gabe, because I remember, and you told me about it because you ripped on me when we opened up in Tampa Bay because I couldn't get in the end zone. But we would rather play Tampa Bay first game of the year because we're coming off the summer. It's hot here, as opposed to going to Tampa Bay in December, and you're like, oh,
when your body's acclimated to the
degrees, you're like, oh,
yeah, you're not used to it anymore. Blood's thinned. I think that's what you told me, Dr. Shimura.
Yeah, I mean, trust the doctor.
Get pumped up because Potawatomi Casino Hotel is bringing 24 sports betting to the great city of Milwaukee with the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Enjoy the convenience of self-service kiosks, odds boards, wall-to-wall TVs, free parking, great food, and a full-service bar. Put your game face on, Milwaukee. It is time to bet big and bet bold at the Potawatomi Sportsbook at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Adam Schefter next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Seen some more delays along southbound 43, basically from Good Hope Road all the way down to about Burleigh. The northbound side is going to be backed up from just before Fond du Lac Avenue up past Keith. Eastbound 94, tapping on the brakes a bit from 84th Street to about Hawley Road. And then on southbound 41, on and off the brakes just a bit from Hampton Avenue down to about Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by the Big Backyard at Maddie's Bar and Grill. Check out the giant outdoor screen for watch parties and enjoy craft cocktails and featured menu items. Maddie'sBar.com for full details. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, a few showers and storms, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 83. Tonight, a few showers, mostly cloudy again with a low of 61. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. You know, I played sports my entire life, been hurt a lot of times, but never had been injured until I had to stop doing the sports I enjoyed because my knee flat wouldn't allow it. I visited Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, where they took great care of me. I put my knee in their doctors' capable hands, and now I'm back in the gym, carrying my golf bag, pain-free for 18 holes, and playing tennis as often as I like with no issues. I'd recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin to anyone. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Get your game on at the Island Resort and Casino with first-round picks of your favorite slots and table games. Bring friends and watch your favorite team compete on big screens. Grab game day eats in T. McSee's Sports Bar or celebrate your team's victory in Horizon's Steakhouse. To book your game time at the Island Resort and Casino, call 800-682-6040 today.
Looking for your next night out? Q Club of Wisconsin is the hangout spot for watching sports, playing games, and having some drinks. Mike, what you got going on over there, buddy?
Hey, Gary, there's so much going on here. We've got all your favorite teams on our TVs, more pool tables than you know what to do with, and live local bands playing on Saturdays. Plus, we got bocce leagues all summer long that we're signing teams up for right now. And, of course, our fish fry piled high on Wednesdays and Fridays.
And stop by for brunch on Saturdays and Sundays at 9 a.m. Check out QClubofWisconsin.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust. Men can be their own worst critics, especially as we get older and compare our current self to the younger version. The experts at Forward Healthy Lifestyles in Germantown help men with testosterone optimization, regenerative medicines, heart health screenings, weight loss, and yes, sexual enhancement services. Forward Healthy Lifestyles can offer regained energy and endurance, more muscle and tone, enhanced performance, joint therapies, and more. Change your life and stop comparing who you are now to who you used to be. Visit forwardhealthylifestyles.com for a free consultation.
Everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
Adam Schefter teased some big breaking news. Adam, you've told us about it. What do we got?
Adam's on the phone.
Yeah, we have some more news.
Adam, you have more news? What do you got?
They're going with another move.
And he was the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter.
They still have a lot of good young players, so I don't think of them as I just don't think of them that way.
Adam Schefter on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Also sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
Oh, we are so excited to kick this off once again here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, our weekly appearances by our friend Adam Schefter. Adam, how you doing today, man?
Jen, Gabe, Chewy, nice to be with you all again.
Hello.
Welcome to another football season. Very exciting.
Adam?
Can you hear me?
Adam?
Okay, we already have a problem.
Adam's not there.
Oh, he can hear us and we can see him, but we can't hear him.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Because obviously the most important part about Adam Schefter is hearing him.
I mean, he's a good-looking dude, though. I don't mind just looking at him.
The information, Gabe, the information.
Yeah, sometimes I just get lost in those eyes. I miss the information.
Choking on coffee again.
Which was a highlight of his appearances from a year ago.
Yes.
You need to let it go. Huh? You gotta rub a guy's nose in the
It's kind of
in
funny,
the coffee.
though.
All right, while we wait an effort, Adam Schefter. Ashley, you just let me know when we have Adam Schefter back. Guys, I got some prop bets for this week's Packers game against the Bears. I thought I'd run them by you and see what you think. Chew, if you had to put money on who you think will score the Green Bay Packers' first touchdown of the game. Now, there is also the option of them not scoring. I just want you to know that.
You want to call into the station? Do you have the studio number?
Crap, I didn't grab it. I'll have to look. I'll have to go back into the app. The app, of course. I have to go into the app. But here's what I got you. Jordan Love plus 900. Aaron Jones plus 500. A.J. Dillon plus 600. I could read you some of the long shots like Emmanuel Wilson is plus 5,000. I don't think that's going to be an option. Christian Watson plus 500. Romeo Dobbs plus 750. Jaden Reed plus 1,400.
AJ.
Yeah?
They said with young guys and a young core that really aren't too skilled when it comes to the red zone and that, I think they'll probably try to pound it in initially. That's a skill. That's a different kind of skill, work in the red zone, because it's more feel.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
It's not more 12 back to 10, run your end count like that. It's like, dude, just find a hole and let's play basketball and make it work.
First things first, Gabe, what do you think the run-pass ratio will be in this game? Heavy run?
I know Jason said that he believes the Packers want to run the ball more. And I believe that they believe they want to run the ball more. I don't actually believe they're going to run the ball more.
I feel like we hear this all the time.
Like coaches say they want to run the ball more.
All the time.
I just don't buy it.
And then they never do.
I mean, and plus run-pass ratio from a year ago. Like you did that research earlier this offseason, Jen, and you said it was a lot closer to 50-50 than I thought it was going to be for the Packers. So I don't see their run-pass ratio changing all that much from last year.
Sounds like we may have Adam Schefter. Adam, are you there? Can you hear me?
Jen, Gabe, Chewy, do you have me now?
We gotcha. Apparently our loyal listeners could hear you. I'm assuming that sounded wonderful out there on the airwaves. They could hear Adam, and then I was saying, Adam?
Oh, so they could hear me, but you couldn't hear me? Is that how it was working?
I believe that is the case, yes.
Okay. Well,
all right.
We'll try to get that worked out for next week.
We are hoping here in the great state of Wisconsin, as there is a dispute between Spectrum and Disney, that we will be able to watch Monday Night Football on ESPN. What game are you most excited about week one? What are you looking forward to seeing? Who do you think is going to come out and make a statement week one?
You know what? To me, the great part about week one is you could give me whatever matchup you want, and I'm happy to watch it. You just don't know what you're going to see in that opening week, and there's always some surprise story. Like even last week, I don't watch a lot of college football, Jen. and I put on CU TCU, and I couldn't shut it off. Like, I was drawn to that game in a way I never would have thought, to where I watched the whole thing, and by the end I'm pulling for Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter and the rest of the CU Buffs. And so it's, in my mind, not all that dissimilar to this weekend. I go in thinking, boy, I can't wait for Bills Jets on Monday night, and I'm looking forward to the season opening tomorrow night, the Chiefs and the Lions, and the Steelers 49ers is a great matchup. They're all good in their own ways, right? Packers Bears, always a great rivalry. But the fact of the matter is, you're going to be watching these games on Sunday. I am. And there's going to be a game or a player or an issue that captures my attention, and I'm just going to be drawn to that. I don't know what it is yet. And I'm completely open-minded, just like I was this past Saturday when CU just had me totally riveted.
Adam, over the last couple months, there's been a lot of love coming out of the building there in Connecticut, and it's a lot different than the local narrative here. Why do you think that is about the Green Bay Packers in this upcoming season?
Well, the people you're saying in Wisconsin are not high on this team right now?
I would call it 50-50. You know, the people here definitely see this as a rebuild. We really don't know what Love's going to be. He was better than we thought in the preseason, but he's going up against number twos. And I think that goes to your point of what you just said. We don't know what we're going to get, but it seems in the building there, a lot of people are high on the Packers.
I am. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be. Now, does that mean they're going to the NFC Championship games? Probably not. But do I think they're going to be better than people think? I do. Do I think they're going to win more games than people think? I do. Do I think they're going to be in contention for the NFC North title? I do. Now, we'll see whether they can win it, whether it comes together quickly enough. But, again, what we all know, the one huge change on this team that occurred at the quarterback position. Aside from that, many of the building blocks are still in place. So if you bring in a new young quarterback who's going to play the game in a little bit different way than the old quarterback, and the new quarterback is good, and he is what they hope and think he might be, then why shouldn't this team have similar success to what it's had in recent seasons? Why shouldn't it? Right? And in fact, I also think that there's a little bit of a chip. Like, they've heard everybody talk about how great the Lions are going to be and how good the Vikings have been, and how many people seem to be writing off the Packers, and just they've become something of an afterthought, I think. And I just don't view them that way. I think they're going to be better than people think. So we're going to find out. And that's another thing on Sunday, so we put it on. I might be just totally riveted by watching Jordan Love all day. I don't know. We're going to see how this works out.
About a week ago, Adam, the big name that was out there on a potential trade block was Jonathan Taylor. Ultimately doesn't get moved. The Packers end up being a surprise team. How interested do you believe the Packers were, and do you believe that ultimately Taylor does get moved?
Great questions, and what I would say to that is, look, there were only a couple of teams that were engaged in conversations with the Colts. One of them was the Miami Dolphins. I don't believe a trade ever got close there. And the other was the Green Bay Packers. And I don't think a trade got overly close there either, to be perfectly frank. You know, the Colts were looking and will be looking for the equivalent of first-round value, whatever that is. Now, it's not hard to go back to last year and look at what the 49ers gave up for Christian McCaffrey. That was a 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 was in the next year's draft. Now, you could say, well, no, they didn't give up 1. No, but they gave up 4 picks. So if the Packers had offered, hypothetically, a 2, 3, 4, 5, would that have gotten to them? Probably. They didn't offer close to that right now. And the Colts weren't of the mindset right now to move him. And in my mind, there really are and have been 3 windows for a Jonathan Taylor trade. One was last week, team-imposed deadline, 4 p.m. Eastern on the final cut-down day, last Tuesday. They did not get a deal done by then. They left him on the physically unable to perform list. means he's out for the first 4 games this year, cannot play. So, at the end of that period, those 4 games, he'll be back. I would think he'll be a little bit healthier. And my question is there a team out there in the next 4 weeks, a team that's winning, a team that's going to contend, a team that has playoff aspirations, that loses a running back to injury? Like, you could just go through and think of some of the contenders and what would happen if one of them were to unfortunately lose a starting running back. Who would be the first guy that everybody would think of? And when we were at this time last year, I don't think the 49ers were thinking about trading for Christian McCaffrey at this time last year. But they had some injuries at the running back position. It was not going the way they wanted. They needed to come up with a spark, and they traded for Christian McCaffrey, and it turned out to be a great move. Do I think that that's going to happen again this year? I think that could happen with Jonathan Taylor. He could be this year's Christian McCaffrey in October with a contender vying to pry him loose from Indy, which will not just give him away, because that would bring us to the third trade window after the season. If they can't trade him in October, and they didn't trade him last week, the last window would be, okay, well, then they tag him in the offseason and try to work out a trade then. So there's a little bit of the Jonathan Taylor future laid out, and now we just have to see how it unfolds.
Adam Schefter hanging out with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning, as he will each and every week during the football season. Adam, one of the storylines that we saw cropping up during the preseason was that the league essentially collectively is starving for offensive line depth. Meanwhile, conversely, the Packers seem to have a lot of that, and other teams I know were salivating at the options that Green Bay has. Is anybody sniffing around? Is anybody looking or calling or interested in trading for some of those offensive linemen that the Packers have, or has that pretty much been put to bed now that the season's about to start?
You know, I never heard that teams were calling the Packers about offensive line. Like, there are a lot of conversations that occur amongst all the teams, all the front office executives, GMs are checking in with each other. And my understanding was that Green Bay had been looking for maybe another tight end, and maybe there were some discussions with the team that called, said, oh, we have a tight end, but we're looking for a swing lineman. Would you be interested? I'm sure those occurred, but it's not like, oh, I guess now that I'm answering this question, Jen, are you referring to David Bakhtiari, I guess, right? Like, specifically.
Well, it could be David Bakhtiari, could be Yosh Nijman. There's been talk of, some of those guys being trade bait.
Yeah. Offensive linemen are very valuable. They're, as you mentioned, there just aren't enough of them, and most teams need them. And I don't think teams are just in the business of giving offensive linemen away. Now, if they're loaded with depth, you could always review that. But I don't know too many teams that want to just willingly go trade offensive linemen, particularly when the season is just starting. And they have hopes for themselves that this is going to be a good year. So let's see how that goes before we're trading away any players that we feel might be able to help us this year. Now, if they're all of a sudden 2-5 in October at the Halloween trade deadline, and somebody's calling about an offensive lineman and offering a pick they can't turn, well, maybe at that point you'll listen. But I don't think that's something that appeals to you a tremendous amount right now.
Adam, speaking of offensive linemen, how are the Jets going to be this year?
Listen, I'm living in New York, so I'm surrounded by it. And I have tons of Jets fan friends, who are losing their minds. I would get regular texts on a daily basis during are we trading for Rodgers? Are we trading for Rodgers? Like they were part of it. And then once they traded for him, they're flipping out and going crazy. I would say this. Here's the thing about that team. The defense is really good. That people don't necessarily realize that. The defense is really good. And the offense has got some real good playmakers. And I think the offensive line isn't as weak as people thought. I think it's probably pretty decent. The problem that I think they have is that their division is loaded. You can make an argument for just about any team in that division winning that AFC East. The conference is ridiculous. There may never have been a conference that's more loaded than the AFC is this year. When you just think about it, right? Because Miami's got Tua. Buffalo's got Josh Allen. Baltimore's got Lamar Jackson. Cincinnati's got Joe Burrow. Cleveland's got Deshaun Watson. Pittsburgh's got the upstart Kenny Pickett. Jacksonville's got Trevor Lawrence. Kansas City's got Mahomes. The Chargers have Herbert. It is loaded. So to win that division and come out of that conference is going to take skill and luck, both, and good fortune with staying healthy. The Jets are good enough to do it. They really are. And Aaron sounds, acting totally revitalized. I mean, it's like somebody who got out of a marriage that starts dating and just falls in love again. It's like somebody that moves and finds this new great place that they just feel totally rejuvenated. He sounds like a new guy, he's got a second life and is loving it. And I think that's going to be reflected in this play. I think they're going to be very good.
Your Jets friends who are going absolutely bananas, one of them wouldn't be somebody that rhymes with Spike Meanberg, would it? As a show?
Well, I don't have to hear from him on the phone, though I have. We watch it on TV every day.
Yeah, it's actually been fun to watch. A long-suffering Jets fan feeling like this is their year. Shefty, we appreciate you hanging out with us. We're very much looking forward to having you each and every week. What are you saying, snaps?
Apps.
Apps?
Gotta know how many apps does Adam Schefter have?
Oh, God, that's a great question. How many apps do you have on your phone, Shefty, do you think? I have 149.
Wow. I've always been asked how many contacts I have on my phone. I've never been asked how many apps I have on my phone. I don't know. I probably only use 25 or so of them religiously. So
that's the other issue.
Do you think you have too many apps on your phone? Because Jen was asked to get a new app through the school of her children, and she's kind of drawing a line. She's the 149th app was
no more
one
apps.
line too far.
What's the problem with any other app, Jen? It's fine. You can do it. Go ahead.
I got too many. I got to consolidate. I got to downsize. It's too many. They all have notifications on them. And some of them, they're not even notifying you for real things. They're just notifying you to be like, hey, we're still here. You haven't used us in a while. Are you sure you don't want to use us?
Shut the notifications. Don't allow them.
I know, but then you're not getting the information. Then the teacher's like, I emailed you on the app. Did you not get it? I'm like, I didn't because I don't have notifications on. Was it a problem? No, it's just a tiny rash over half of her body. No big deal. You know what I mean? So I got to figure it out, Adam. I got a problem and I got to work through it.
Well, good luck with that. There are bigger problems in life than the number of apps and notifications that we have on our phones.
And that's the thing. Adam always provides that perspective for us. So we appreciate you hanging out with us. Adam, have a great week. We'll talk to you again soon.
Jen, Gabe, Chewy, thank you very much. Look forward to it.
Adam Schefter here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, brought to you by Island Resort and Casino, because everybody's talking about the Island Resort and Casino. It's the largest resort north of Milwaukee with gaming, dining, live entertainment, a luxury spa, and 2 championship golf courses. Visit islandresortandcasino.com to book your getaway today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. Keep the good times rolling every Sunday with GKB founder and CEO Craig Karmazin on Sunday Karma.
No rump shaking. Did you say that off the air, Kyle? You got to say that on the air. It was not rump shaking. It was not anything inappropriate. It just was totally irrelevant.
Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
Because isn't that how GMs get chosen, right? You trade up, in my opinion, cost the team a chance to win a championship.
Sundays from 10 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. A couple years ago, my knee was acting up. As an athlete, I've played through pain before, but it was getting to the point where I couldn't compete in the sports I loved. I decided to check out Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. It's the best decision I've made. I felt no pressure to have surgery. That was important to me. We had choices. I ultimately did choose to have a procedure. I was in and out in just hours and back in action shortly after. I recommend meeting their doctors. Visit orthowisconsin.com today.
It's WTMJ's Brandon Stein for Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson is hosting the 2nd annual Medal of Honor ride this Saturday. Join NAM Knight's Bruce City chapter for a ride from the War Memorial Center in Milwaukee to Wisconsin Harley-Davidson in Oconomowoc. Enjoy music, food, and vendors supporting our veterans' needs. Registration begins at 9 a.m. and the ride leaves at 11 a.m. Check out their website or like and follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and online at WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Let's face it, talking about life insurance is never easy. But after we watched a close friend lose her husband with no insurance, we decided that wasn't going to happen to our family.
Yeah, but shopping for life insurance can be almost as difficult as talking about it.
But then we heard about Ethos Life Insurance. They're a new kind of life insurance, built for people on a busy schedule who don't have time for unnecessary doctor's visits, fine print, or hidden fees. You know, who want to keep it simple.
I couldn't believe how easy it was. We answered a few basic questions, and within minutes, we had an estimate of what it would cost and what sort of policy made sense for us.
I never imagined a life insurance could be so affordable.
And accessible.
The peace of mind knowing that our future is secure, it just removes a lot of the fear around getting older and...
Yeah, the unexpected.
I'm glad we talked about it.
I'm glad we went with ethoslife.com.
Go to getethos.com now for your free estimate. That's getethos.com. Getethos.com.
Maddie's Bar and Grill is the place to be on Saturday. Former Green and Gold stars Antonio Freeman and Santana Dotson will be on site to sign autographs and take photos with fans on Saturday at Maddie's from 5 until 6:30. Stay for the Badgers game and get the limited edition Homer Burger. Mention ESPN Milwaukee when you order and be entered for free burgers for a year. That's right, free burgers. Come to Maddie's Bar and Grill on Saturday for Antonio Freeman, Santana Dotson, the Homer Burger, and football.
Looking for a totally rad flavor adventure, brochachos? Look no further than Surfer Boy Pizza as seen in Stranger Things. Each mouth-watering variety contains rich tomato sauce, delicious mozzarella cheese, and a gnarly range of toppings. The crust is crispy on the outside and airy on the inside. You'll think it was hand-tossed by the Surfer Boy Pizza dudes themselves. Look for it in the freezer aisle at your local store and buckle up your taste buds with Surfer Boy Pizza.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And guess who didn't hit the hole? Zeke Elliott.
Ashton.
Well, I mean, yes. Yeah, right back there?
It's so true.
It was a direct shot. She took out the sniper rifle and just...
She got right up to me, took out a Glock, and just shot.
Yeah, right in the balls.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Is this Nickelback?
Woo! No, it's not.
I think it is.
How can you not tell that it's not Nickelback?
See, this is
even
how I
sound
know.
a little like Nickelback.
This is how your defense of Nickelback is very hollow.
Yeah, thin.
You have no idea. You can't even name a single Nickelback song.
Yeah, I can.
Name one. Actually, that's a great point, Gabe. Any song.
I don't know.
Maybe look at a photograph and name one. I don't know.
It's got to be higher in it or something like that. Or
That's Creed.
I just gave you the answer, and you weren't listening.
I don't listen to you anymore.
Look at this photograph. You know.
It's so disparaging.
I think Jen nailed it. I mean, it sounded very authentic over there.
You guys suck.
No, Nickelback sucks. The Packers win if blank. The Packers beat the Bears if blank. We're talking about that in the second hour of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy right after this.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN.
We do have some backups with a problem on northbound 94 just north of Drexel. The right lane is blocked with a car fire, so watch out for the big delays heading through that area. Things slowing down along southbound 43 as well. Brown Deer Road to downtown's up to a 27-minute ride, an extra 16. Eastbound 94, we're seeing backups out of the Highway 16 area all the way to about Highway F, and then back on the brakes from about the zoo interchange all the way through to 35th Street. That's another 14 minutes to get from the zoo into downtown. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, a few showers or storms, mostly cloudy otherwise with a high of 83. Tonight, few showers, mostly cloudy with a low of 61. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Get your game on at the Island Resort and Casino with first-round picks of your favorite slots and table games. Bring friends and watch your favorite team compete on big screens. Grab game day eats in T. McSee's Sports Bar or celebrate your team's victory in Horizon's Steakhouse. To book your game time at the Island Resort and Casino, call 800-682-6040 today.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
Hey, it's Greg Scalzo and Ben Bruss.
Catch us Monday through Friday, 4 to 6.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
My point here is ear, nose, sure. Throat seems kind of important. There are a lot of important things happening in your throat.
Yeah, think about Iceman in Maverick.
I know, but I do a lot of things to my body.
I just wanted to stop by, see if you had any questions about tomorrow's operation.
Yeah, I have a question. What do you know about inter-abdominal retractors?
Are you asking because you saw 2020 last night?
I sure am.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Why are you pausing awkwardly? Please keep talking.
I don't need to go to the doctor. I can do it myself. Right? You always go to the doctor.
Time out.
Almost never.
Yes, all of this is very good information. You still haven't ranked the doctor.
Well, that report was about one very specific type of retractor. And I can assure you we do not use that retractor in your friend's procedure.
But you will use a retractor.
We have to.
Mm-hmm. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight, he ain't doing nothing but running his mouth. Talk about it, we all about it. They making plans, we sit and count our chairs.
What a treat and a privilege it is to sit in this chair across from that human.
Learn a lot.
And so, my friend, they wrote me a prescription. Simple as that.
Well, it started with we should be able to write our own prescriptions.
Right.
As if we don't have a drug abuse problem. In
No,
this country.
not class, whatever, the hardcore drug. But come on. It's,
Antibiotic.
yeah, that ain't real hard.
Yeah.
Right? Like eye drops.
You need eye drops?
I have.
The kind you
Prescription
can't get at
strength.
Walgreens?
Yeah. Yeah.
Prescription strength eye drops.
Yes.
Holy moly. What kind of issues you got that you need prescription strength
it's
eye
a
drops?
sunlight thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Makes
Have you tried sunglasses, perhaps?
Great question. Great follow-up.
I do, but also, and I have a buddy that worked at Pfizer for years and years, and my wife is one of those people that, oh, it expired, it's no good anymore. Garbage, crap, it is too. Works.
So your buddy from Pfizer told you that?
Yeah.
Your buddy from Pfizer told you it still works.
Of course. Don't you know how it works?
How does it work?
The people at Pfizer and drug companies are the ones that advise the doctors on how to use the drug. So if I have a question, I don't call the doctor. I call my friend who's works for the pharmaceutical
Are you trying to tell me that the pharmaceutical companies put bogus expiration dates on things in order so that people have to buy new ones because they can't just use the ones that have been sitting in their refrigerator?
They do it for milk. They do it for everything.
Because
what happens?
I know
what
when
happens,
the milk is bad, okay?
What? Exactly. You go on smell.
Yes,
so you don't need a date.
It coincides with the date very often.
What happens when the milk, quote, 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 goes bad? What do you have to do? You got to go buy another gallon of milk.
Yeah, for $1.89.
Yeah,
like, what are we
also-
talking about here?
Also, you don't want to drink that milk.
You smell it.
Yeah. After you smell it, you take a swig?
Maybe
You're a psychopath.
No, you swirl it around. You got to swirl it around.
Maybe if he drinks that milk, he doesn't need the antibiotic.
Good point. You guys, I have so much knowledge that you can tap into and you don't use it.
Where?
Oh, listen, we process, we weigh, we ignore. That's how it
You
works.
ended
too.
the last segment on how do the Packers beat the Bears?
The Packers win if.
They score more points than the Bears.
Okay, that's the
There
most
you go.
remedial thing ever. I'm talking
Man,
situational. What do they need to do, Chew? I got a lot of reaction rolling in on the ESPN Milwaukee talk and text line. Is it as simple as winning the line of scrimmage? I mean, again, we talked about the offensive line with Adam Schefter and how Green Bay has this fantastic offensive line. If they can keep Jordan Love upright, is that your standard? Is it they need to, their run defense needs to show up. If they can hold the Bears to under 120 yards on the ground, right? I'm looking at the Bears right now, their game log from last year. Now, they lost an awful lot of games, so it is tough to say whether or not the rushing numbers impacted the outcome of the game. But in the Packers games, the Packers gave up 180 yards on the ground and 155 yards on the ground. So if you keep them under 120 or something like that, like, does that seem reasonable?
I'm all about turnovers.
Here's where we're going.
One or less. Maximum one turnover for the Packers.
I'll go in reverse. They're not beating the Bears. Okay? They're not beating the Bears because they're not better than the Bears. It's probably pretty close.
Well, Vegas would say so. It's a pick 'em. It's a, what's the
But
line?
for the Bears, when you go into a stadium like this, where you have gotten the crap beaten out of you essentially for the last 30-something years with two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, these people are like, it ended. We finally got to the end of the tunnel and there's light. There's no more Hall of Fame talk. There's no more we own you. So then it flips into, like, I think it's going to be the loudest Soldier Field has been in years because they're like, all right, now we're equals. You know, the Bears have beaten the Packers before, but they've never looked at themselves as equals since 1992, probably. Now they're looking at themselves as equals, and there's going to be major excitement, and this coach is probably building them up so high. I just don't think as a young team they can overcome that. I'm not saying the Bears are a better team. I'm just saying the situation lends me to believe that the Bears are going to win.
So are you saying there's no way for the Packers to win? Because this is what I'm asking here. I'm asking for the scenario that has to happen for the Packers to win. Gabe is pointing to turnovers.
Turnovers.
Yeah, if they only turn it over once, I feel good.
Is it as simple as winning the turnover battle? As simple as you get fewer, you give the ball away less, and you take the ball away more?
I don't know how this defense forces a lot of turnovers, just because of how bad the safety play is. But I think it's not even necessarily.
Well, they get pressure on the quarterback. I mean, they've obviously tried to upgrade the talent on the line and the talent in the linebacker core.
I don't know how they're getting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to spot
through the
play
gaps.
Gary, spot play him. But I look at it like this, Jen. Okay, right now we're talking today. Fields is better than Love. I'm not saying down the road. I'm saying for this game,
Yeah, I like
he's
this
better.
exercise. Let's do
DJ
this.
Moore is better than Watson. Claypool is better than Dobbs. Komet is better than Musgrave. Aaron Jones is better than anything they have. But running's only going to do so much.
But the good news is those guys don't have to go head to head. They just have to go against the opposing defense.
Correct.
So could you make the argument that Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon are better than whatever the Bears have defensively?
I am not buying this Packer defense. I'm not falling in that trap. I'm not listening to they're going to finish 12th or better. I'm not doing it. He's going to revert back to his stuff.
He being Joe Barry.
Yes. They're going to get torched. Fields going to have a couple long runs, and he's going to go, I don't like our safeties. Let's put them in the safest position we can, which is just to play center field.
Remember, we were trying to figure out yesterday where the Packers ranked in the league versus the rush last season? 26th against the run. Now, again, maybe you could think that they upgraded some of those positions, and maybe you think that some of those guys, like a Quay Walker, is going to be used differently, and all of a sudden he's going to get pressure on the quarterback, and he's going to, again, I think you have to make things messy. I think you have to make things dirty, and I'm hopeful that with some of the talent that they have and some of the physical specimens that they have drafted, that they can do that.
But one of those physical specimens, I mean, how much are we actually going to see this year's first-round pick on the field? How much are we going to see Lucas Van Ness? I don't think it's much.
He's raw. Well, unless he has to play, right? I mean, he's rawer than raw. He's raw, which is fine being raw.
Yeah.
But that's why we're projecting for 3 years down the road. Now, someone like Devontae Wyatt, better athlete than Billy Leon or Dean Lowry. But you know what Dean Lowry was? Knows what he's doing on every single snap. He knows what gap he's going in. He's smart. He knows how to read guards, whether they're pulling or not. That's going to be the difference. 13, 18, 22-yard run. Well, the D lineman went through the wrong gap. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're more talented, but they're young and they weren't experienced and that's how you lose games.
I don't think they've significantly upgraded their run defense. Like, I don't think that run defense is suddenly going to be better this year because they don't have a couple of guys that they had. Jaron Reed is gone. So do I feel better about TJ Slayton than Jaron Reed? Yeah, about the same. I want to feel better about Devontae Wyatt, but I mean, I would be lying if I said I didn't have concerns. Like, he only played 25% of the snaps last year. Like, he could not unseat anybody in front of him to earn that playing time, so they got rid of some of those veterans so he could have that playing time.
It's like these guys that, like, I really like them, and they leave it at that. I really like them. Well, tell me why you like them. Explain to me why you like them, because Tannenbaum just came on and said, I see this as a top 12 defense. Why? Convince me. Saying that you like them is not going to do it. We went through that whole dance last year of top 5. I'm not buying it, I mean, we've had to dig our heels in more than I thought. Saying me and you, the people that think that,
Again, I don't think there's denying that there's talent on the roster, because there is. It's just young talent. And young talent takes time.
Sure.
I just think it's tough to I think it's tough for people to listen to you guys say that over and over, day in and day out. When it's week 1 of the NFL, people want to be excited. There's optimism everywhere. And yet it feels a little like a wet blanket on the celebration of the NFL season kicking off that you guys keep saying, they're not going to be good. They're going to win 6 games. This is not, they're going to compete for last in the division. Let's hear from Mike Tannenbaum, who, like you mentioned, was on Unsportsmanlike, our new ESPN show that leads into Jen, Gabe, and Chewy with our friends, Evan Cohen, Michelle Smallman, and Chris Canty. Here's what Mike Tannenbaum had to say about the Green Bay Packers this morning.
I got the Green Bay Packers. I'm always fascinated on how NFL teams comport themselves. And when the Jets were trying to sign Aaron Rodgers, you didn't see a contingency of the Green Bay Packers fly out to California and beg Aaron Rodgers, hey, we'll pay you $60 million a year. We're going to name it Rodgers Field at Lambeau Stadium. They knew what they had in Jordan Love. The quarterback is a developmental position. And I think by him sitting for a couple of years, what we see in the preseason is not a shock. And I think what happened was Green Bay made that decision in March, and it was validated in August. And when you have 8 first-round picks on the other side of the ball, I think this defense will be top 12, and I think the Packers win the division.
Same thing last year.
It's the most disingenuous argument out there.
Like Aaron Rodgers.
8 first-round picks. Sure, they have 8 first-round picks. One of those is Lucas Van Ness, who's going to be a developmental guy. And by the way, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with him being on the Rashawn Gary plan, because even if he just has a sack and a half this year, like Rashawn Gary did his rookie year, we know what that can grow into. We know this team with this coaching staff can develop that position, because we've seen it with Rashawn Gary. But you just need to do it. Okay, so that's one of the 8 who's going to be limited playing time at best. Another one of those first-round picks currently is not playing. And we don't know what he's going to look like when he's back, because he had pretty bad knee and foot injuries a year ago. And last time I checked for Eric Stokes, your feet are pretty important for playing cornerback. One of those first-round picks is Darnell Savage, who they do not want. They don't want him. They're stuck with him because they gave him $8 million guaranteed to play the safety position, benched him last year, and now kind of have to play him because they're giving him $8 million. I doubt he's playing safety again next year unless he somehow recaptures magic. But again, they don't want him. So that's 3. So now you've got 5 first-round picks. One of those first-round picks, Devontae Wyatt, played 25% of the snaps last year. There is some talent there, certainly, but I don't just rely on, they've got 8 first-round picks. Yeah, some picks are bad.
Coupled with a coach who has never been good as a defensive coordinator. He's never been a top 10 defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And then let me ask you, Jen, because I don't believe he can say whatever he wants when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers was on this team this year, would they be a Super Bowl contender?
If you guys believe that they have all of this young talent, does Aaron Rodgers elevate the young talent to the Super Bowl? Probably.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Then why pay him $60 million? It's not Jordan Love that Aaron Rodgers ran himself out of town. The situation just so happened that they drafted this guy 4 years ago without giving him a chance. And now it's time to give it. Just the stars have they're a little misguided, but they kind of align. Like, why pay a guy $60 million if you have a small chance at winning the Super Bowl?
But again, guys, Vegas has this as a pick'em. Vegas isn't saying the Bears are absolutely going to run all over the Green Bay Packers. They're saying, we don't know. Flip a coin.
I don't know how this game plays out.
But here's the thing. But that's what I'm saying. So what do the Packers need to do to win this game? I don't like the doom and gloom of they're not going to.
Limit the turnovers.
Yeah. I'm just saying the situation. As a player, you get a feeling when you go into, when I said the Greendale effect when they were playing
Detroit last year.
No, not Detroit. That was a playoff game.
Oh, against
San Francisco, where they were the number 1 seed. I'm like, God, you just got to be careful. They haven't played anyone. They hadn't looked good, and then the San Fran comes and kicks the snot. You get that feeling, and it's like I said, it's not that the Bears are better than them. It's just I just have a gut feeling.
The Packers win on Sunday if blank. Fill in the blank. Tim weighing in saying the defense plays to its potential. Ross weighing in saying the Packers win if everything goes perfectly. Hunter weighing in saying football. The Packers win on Sunday if football. I don't know if that's metaphorical, if that's one of those existential things, hashtag football, because anything can happen type of thing. Look, I think the turnovers is a great point. I think the offensive line, you got to lean into that strength that they have and hope that you win at the line of scrimmage, which we know can have a big impact on the outcome of a game. But I also think that limiting their ability to run the ball is going to be a huge point of emphasis for this Green Bay Packers team. So if you can keep them from rushing all over Soldier Field, if you can keep them, Justin Fields and company, I think that is absolutely a key to success for Green Bay.
Much like I don't believe it when coaches say we want to run the ball more, I don't believe that stopping the run is a point of emphasis for Joe Barry.
Let's keep everything in front of him.
Because he's never shown
that he can stop the run.
He has shown zero interest in doing anything different to try to stop the run.
And I think the Bears have had a little pivot where they've been not predominantly, but they used to like to run the ball. I mean, you get rid of Montgomery, who goes to Detroit.
Oh, he went to Detroit. Yeah,
went to Detroit, and then you get DJ Moore, you get Claypool, big receivers, and you have a big tight end. I think there's been a little bit of a pivot there. I think you're going to see him
try to air it out a little bit.
Try to air it out a little more.
800-990-3776. The Packers win on Sunday if blank. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that they lose this game. I think the Packers can win this game, and Vegas would seem to agree as they have it as a pick'em. The line is 1. Bears favored by 1 at home. Gabe, you got to read, and then we are going to get to some tight end trivia. A lot of talk about Luke Musgrave. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about the impact he could have on this team, even though he's young. So I want to talk to Chewy about some rookie tight ends in the history of the NFL after this.
Best place to shop diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee. Of course, it's only at the Jewelry Center. Their team of specialists will help you bring her dream ring to life. They sure did for me. I kind of knew what my wife was going to be looking for in an engagement ring. But if you're somebody who doesn't have an idea, well, it's easy. Go on our Pinterest board. You bring some ideas off of there, and the team at the Jewelry Center is going to be able to point you in the right direction and make sure you have the right ring for the right situation. Maybe you're looking to give some stud earrings. Jewelry Center has options. 2, 3, 4 karat total weight diamonds, lab-grown, naturally mined. Learn more about the diamond jewelry selection. All you have to do is go to shoptjc.com or stop in at the Jewelry Center in any one of their 3 locations in Brookfield, Greenfield, or in Burlington.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We We had an earlier issue on northbound 94 just north of Drexel with a car fire. They have been able to take that one off the freeway. However, the delays are still there, and they're pretty substantial, so be prepared for that. We've also got northbound 4394 right about at Howard Avenue. The left lane's blocked with a crash. There is a motorcycle and a couple of cars involved. Squad's on the scene, blocking that left lane off, so it's definitely slowing down around the Plainfield curve. Northbound on 43, backed up out of the Marquette all the way up past Keith. Southbound heavy from before Good Hope Road all the way down to about Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, a few showers or storms, mostly cloudy, otherwise a high of 83. Tonight, a few showers, mostly cloudy, with a low of 61. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Football guy.
Just as long as there are 18-wheelers that are full of inventory, don't jackknife on the highway, then everything will be fine.
Football guy.
Why would you put that out in the universe? Why would you do that?
You psycho.
Yeah, you psychopath. It's not healthy, Jason. What are you doing?
Coming at it from different views.
Come on.
I'm a psycho and a moron.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, it's John Reitz. At Great Midwest Bank, we live our Simply Giving mission by supporting local causes. Here's Dave Grams, Executive Director of the Alzheimer's Association Wisconsin, with a message about the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
For over 40 years, the Alzheimer's Association has been dedicated to Alzheimer's care, support, and research. Our Walk to End Alzheimer's event is the world's largest fundraiser for Alzheimer's efforts. Your participation helps contribute to dementia care, awareness, and progress towards the devastating disease. There are 27 walks across the state of Wisconsin this fall. Join us at Milwaukee's Lakefront on September 17th. It's the 18th largest walk in the nation. Walk for someone in your life living with dementia. Together, we can walk toward a future without Alzheimer's.
Thanks, Dave. Find a walk near you and sign up for the Walk to End Alzheimer's at alz.org/walk. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local, simply giving, equal housing lender.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about two things: getting projects done right with Behr Premium Plus interior paint
and football.
That's right, Kirk Herbstreit. And with Behr's wall-to-wall coverage and long-lasting durable finish, you'll spend less time worrying about your walls,
which means more time for football.
For football. Upgrade your Saturday with Behr and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
We said 1,500 hours.
Dax's hangar flies high thanks to his military precision.
Rob, you copy?
He wants to land some aircraft mechanics, preferably with a military background.
Okay, I wasn't aware of a new timeline. Cancel. Stand by for new assignments.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
A cat store!
Want to go see it?
Yeah!
Let's finally bring your mom's Illinois family a true taste of Wisconsin.
Right off I-94 in Kenosha, Mars Cheese Castle is a Wisconsin landmark. Along with over 1,000 cheeses, Mars has a meat market, bakery, bar, and restaurant. Spreads, curds, sausages, Kringles. Make Mars Cheese Castle a lunch stop and enjoy the best grilled cheese or Reuben on the planet. Make today your day to go to Mars.
Yeah!
Exit 340 in Kenosha.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I have told you how many times. Do not mess with electricity, Chew.
And I don't. I did. I did. But I don't.
Incident?
There was
plumbing, you're going to get wet. Electricity, you're going to die.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You want to talk about a hype train? Just Google Luke Musgrave. Just Google it. In the last 24 hours, Matthew Berry has said, You should be adding Luke Musgrave to your fantasy teams. Matthew Berry now with NBC Sports, longtime fantasy guru on ESPN. The Athletic saying Packers aren't hiding their big plans for rookie tight end Luke Musgrave. Jordan Love wants to keep feeding Packers rookie tight end Luke Musgrave. That according to ESPN. Luke Musgrave draws comparisons to Chiefs All-Pro Travis Kelce. Luke Musgrave continues drawing comparisons to one of the best tight ends in the league. There's a lot of people excited about what Luke Musgrave can do. Chew, you've been adamant telling us, look, the tight end position is hard. It might be the hardest position on the field, second to the quarterback, because you got to know all the run plays and you got to know all the passing routes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are people going to be disappointed? Have they inflated Luke Musgrave so much that he can't possibly meet the expectations that have been heaped on him?
Early on. I think the more time he gets, the better he will get, obviously, with the reps he's going to. But if you remember what Jason said a couple weeks ago, there has been a lot of love, but he also said the guy drops some balls. I don't want to say a lot of balls, but he does drop balls, which is what happens when you're young. The other thing his major weakness is he doesn't know how to block. One truncated training camp is not going to teach him how to block. I didn't know how to block when I got into the NFL. I couldn't block an artery. That takes years. That'll take 2 years. If he's dedicated to doing that, 2 years to be good at it. So, and that's mine and Gabe's saying, you got to give these guys a pass. You got to give him a pass because we don't want him to drop 3 balls in the first game and then all of a sudden everybody's off him. That doesn't. Christian Watson dropped the very first play of last year's season, which would have been a sure touchdown. And he did not emerge for how many games after that? 6, 7 games?
Well, he got hurt too.
He got hurt, which is what young guys do. And then he came out of it, right? So all we're saying is just be patient with this team.
So what is a realistic number of receptions? What's a number you'd be willing to say, this is probably what Luke Musgrave is going to haul in his rookie year?
34.
You got to guess, Gabe?
34 catches.
34. That's a lot.
I mean, everyone's young. The balls have to go somewhere.
Sure, yes, but only 5 rookie tight ends have reached double-digit receptions in Packers history. And I was going to do a little tight end trivia here with you and see if y'all could guess who those 5 rookie tight ends that have reached double-digit receptions would be.
The thing with a young, inexperienced quarterback is you got to have that security blanket,
sure.
You know, and he's.
I mean, it's a big conversation they're having with Travis Kelce
he's a
and the
mid-level,
Chiefs right now.
Yeah, he's a mid-level receiver.
By the way, I would take the over on Musgrave receptions at 34.
You take the over?
I take the over.
Yeah.
Really?
I think there are going to be a lot of those play-action boot, little dump-off passes to Luke Musgrave. I think there's going to be a lot of those.
You're going to see drops, though, too.
Yeah.
You're going to see drops.
So if I told you that only 5 rookie tight ends have reached double-digit receptions and that 34 would blow the top one out of the water, give me the names. Who do you think, as rookies at the tight end position, have reached double-digit receptions for the Green Bay Packers?
Scrubby Bubby.
Scrubby Bubby.
It's Bubba Franks.
I know who that is. What the?
But the listeners might not.
Oh, my goodness. I got to go back and look at Scrubby Bubby. I'm not seeing him on this list. But
as a rookie?
Maybe he had 34. Do you see 34 as Scrubby Bubby?
Yes, he had 34 receptions as a rookie.
Gordy.
I don't have Gordy on the list either.
No?
Who's Gordy?
Come on.
Is that another nickname?
Jordy?
He's a wide receiver.
Oh, you said tight end?
Holy moly.
This
entire conversation.
Is this tight end trivia?
This entire conversation has been about Luke Musgrave and the tight ends. Do you
in
want
the
me to
league
just,
or with the Packers?
Holy moly, this is no fun. Because he doesn't listen.
Oh,
5
now
rookie
you know
tight
how I
ends.
feel on Thursdays.
Go ahead, do it again.
What's Thursdays?
Exactly. Exactly.
5 tight ends in the league that have had
5 tight ends, Packers history, have had double-digit.
How are you
receptions?
Double digit.
Yes, Scrubby Bubby is number one on the list at
Yes.
34. Now I'm
Okay.
realizing because I wrote Chew on here with his number and it's not double digits.
No, there are no digits.
Well, to be fair, you had 2.
Yeah.
You were targeted 4 times and you caught 2.
50%.
Yeah,
Not bad.
it's not bad. Especially if you're a baseball player.
Yeah.
Dang it, we had the same joke. God bless America.
Double digits. Let's go Ron Kramer.
No.
Eddie West.
No.
Jackie Harris.
Yes, Jackie Harris on the list. He had 12.
I'm going to say J. Mike had like 10.
Not on the list.
A rookie.
There's not a lot of rookie.
Andrew Quarles,
Yeah.
21.
Oh, sure.
Remember him?
No.
I do remember Andrew
Richard
Quarles.
Rogers, 20.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Martin, 13.
David?
Forgot who Martin was.
These might have been their best years. As
Bubba
rookies.
Franks obviously leads the group. 34 passes, 363 yards, 1 touchdown. Do you know who leads the NFL, by the way? Rookie tight end, most catches in their rookie season. He wasn't a Packer as a rookie, but he was eventually a Packer. Your guy. Holy moly.
Come on, bud.
Who?
Keith?
Yes.
Oh, K-Jack.
Yes.
Yeah.
81 receptions.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
His rookie year.
Seems like a lot.
Especially at that time.
Yeah.
So 34, you're willing to go over 34?
Yeah, I'm going over 34 because the balls have to go somewhere. I don't think that they have. I mean, again, we'll find out more about the health of
But I'm just saying.
Romeo Dobbs today, but I just don't think they have any depth. And if he's going to be, he's their starting tight end. Like, they don't have any other options at tight end.
I know, but he's going to play 13 games, 12 games.
Yeah.
They get hurt. That's just what they do.
I understand
You
that,
know?
but I just, if he's the tight end one, the difference with a lot of those guys on that list, except for maybe Bubba, like you got to be forced to be tight end one. Like, there's nowhere else to
there's
play.
nowhere else to go.
There's nowhere else to go.
If we set the over-under for Luke Musgrave receptions at 34, you taking the over like Gabe or you taking the under? Go ahead and put that on the poll, Ashley. We'll hear from you. Do you guys know who the all-time leader in yards is at tight end for their rookie season?
Keith Jackson.
Mike Ditka.
Oh.
1961, he had 1,076 yards.
Crazy.
Long time ago. We got to take a break. We've got Justin McCoy from Cousin Subs coming up right after this.
Chewy, if you're looking for a place to go, let me sit you up. God, it's like you've never done
Where
this
are you
before.
going?
If you're looking for a place to go this weekend for the games, where are you going to go, Chewy?
To the Q Club of Wisconsin. Thank you, Ashton. Your next hangout spot. Everyone knows I'm a moron. You saying it does nothing to me. Are we fighting?
Aren't you always
Is
fighting?
he mad about the girlfriend thing? I mean, let it go.
A
already,
little
for
bit,
crying out loud.
probably.
We just talked Jewelry Center. All right, your next hangout spot is found right here in Waukesha. The Q Club of Wisconsin is the perfect place to catch a game, play some games, and grab a drink. Bocce courts, dartboards, foosball tables, and, of course, pool tables. 10 of them. Plus, the Q Club of Wisconsin has its best fish fries on Wednesdays and Fridays, and you know they pile it high. Check out live music on Saturdays and stop in for brunch every weekend starting at 9 a.m. I'm going to catch a few games there this year.
I'll see you there. You and I hang
You going to
out.
go?
You and me
All
hang out.
We'll battle. Sounds like a plan. It's just guys, though. Right? Yeah, maybe.
I'm not agreeing with that.
Wow, he's whipped. Holy
Jen's
cat.
right there. You're just not going to invite Jen?
Oh, my...
Chewy, you're just not going to invite Jen?
Can you get through the read? We've got
It's
Justin
all
McCoy
happening
waiting
at
for
the
us.
Q Club of Wisconsin on North Grandview Boulevard in Waukesha. Visit the Q Club, Wisconsin.com, or like them on Facebook. Is that good?
Are you done?
What do you give me for a grade?
That was an A. I think A, yeah.
I mean, room for improvement. It's a B.
I'm on the curve.
Yeah, I mean, we grade you on the curve. It was a B.
Okay, so that means it was a C. All right, break.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We have a problem on northbound 4394 right about at Howard Avenue. The left lane is blocked because of a crash. Things are definitely slowing down out at the Mitchell interchange. We've got eastbound 94th and from about 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Right now, we're looking at an 18-minute ride from the zoo into downtown. Southbound on 43 slowing from Good Hope Road all the way down past Burleigh. The northbound side is heavy from just south of North Avenue up to Keefe. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, a few showers and storms, mostly cloudy, otherwise a high of 83. Tonight, a few showers, mostly cloudy then, with a low of 61. Weather is brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The Aaron's Art of Wheels Vintage Weekend wraps up the 2023 Road America race season, September 15th through the 17th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Prost! Matt and Katie here from Milwaukee Pretzel Company.
I'm so excited to talk about my favorite season.
Christmas?
No, Oktoberfest. That magical, gemütlich kite-filled time in autumn when friends and family cozy up under the glow of string lights with music, beer, sausage.
And pretzels.
Of course with pretzels.
That's why we're giving 25% off any online order with the code PROST25.
That's PROST25 at MilwaukeePretzel.com.
But only for a limited Stein.
Okay, you need to stop doing that.
Don't get salty.
Kessler's works with crazy genius diamond cutters around the globe.
But we keep our crazy genius jewelry designers right here at home,
where we can keep them busy.
Monica, I heard we gave our design team a challenge.
Yes. We gathered all 14 of them together and made their eyes sparkle with joy.
What did you say?
I said we wanted each of them to design a pendant that looks and feels like springtime.
Springtime! New life!
14 designers? 14 pendants?
Yes. And we manufactured exactly 8 copies of each of these 14 designer pendants.
There are only 112 of these limited edition pendants in the whole world?
Yep. And they will sell for only $299.
Wow.
One last thing. We're donating all the profits to the charity of the designer's choice.
Being employee-owned gives us the freedom to do fun things.
And then we share those things with you, the people we love.
See the crazy genius designer pendants at KesslersDiamonds.com.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about 2 things. The one-of-a-kind wood-fired flavor of a Traeger Ironwood XL grill.
And football.
That's right, Desmond Howard. Get fired up for the game in just a tap with Traeger's intuitive touchscreen. Then throw on your favorites and monitor the grill from anywhere with Wi-Fi technology. So you spend less time staring at the grill,
which means more time for football.
Upgrade your Saturday with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Isn't that aroma just heavenly?
What's with the whispering?
Inside this grill is the secret to winning game days.
Eckrich smoked sausage, crafted with a perfect medley of spices for a truly rich, savory taste. So easy to prepare, too. Now, hand me one of those buns.
Whoa, keep your voice down.
Marty, you're still whispering? Secret's out, buddy. Eckrich.com has dozens of simple, mouth-watering recipes for everyone to win game days this season.
Maddie's Bar and Grill is the place to be on Saturday. Former Green and Gold stars Antonio Freeman and Santana Dotson will be on site to sign autographs and take photos with fans on Saturday at Maddie's from 5 until 6:30. Stay for the Badgers game and get the limited edition Homer Burger. Mention ESPN Milwaukee when you order and be entered for free burgers for a year. That's right, free burgers. Come to Maddie's Bar and Grill on Saturday for Antonio Freeman, Santana Dotson, the Homer Burger, and football.
You were listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Yes, that would have been much worse than what ended up happening.
Finally got the which would be worse and what would be better. Finally, we figured it out.
You can't just be showing your junk on national TV.
It would have got a lot of clicks.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Always great to have our friend Justin McCoy, head of marketing at Cousin Subs, in studio with us here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. And the first thing he said when he walked in the studio was, well, aren't you guys the bastion of optimism about the Green Bay Packers? Give them hell, Justin. It's been hard. It's been difficult to sit in this sea of negativity.
Right, let's break this down. Let's break down this roster.
You mean the sea of realisticness?
Let's break down this roster.
That doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it, Gabe?
So last year to kick off a season, did we have a healthy Elton Jenkins and David Bakhtiari?
No.
We did not. Do the Packers have the best offensive line in the division?
They do.
Okay. Do they have the best running back in the division?
Yes.
They also have a very solid backup running back.
Dalvin Cook's not there anymore.
Okay. So when I look at the offense, Jordan Love needs to not turn the ball over. That would be my key also for the Bear game. You look defensively. Was Devondre Campbell healthy last year? He was banged up.
Okay.
Quay Walker had
I'm going to stop you right there with Devondre Campbell.
Yeah.
He had one spectacular year in his career. 6 years before that, what did he do?
If Devondre Campbell has 100 tackles and Quay Walker matches his total, is that not the best linebacker duo the Packers have had in a decade?
Well, but again, that's like the bar for that is so
the serving
low.
machines right around the corner. You see our coffee maker. We installed Kool-Aid, which is green and gold.
Hey, I'll play the whole
Go get
game.
yourself
See, look at
a
this guy.
big
They're not even letting me
old
finish.
cup.
The best cornerback duo in
yeah.
Pardon?
But
the best cornerback duo in what?
the division.
Okay.
He was going to say Green Bay.
In the division.
Okay, in the division, sure.
We're just talking about the division. I think to think this team can't be 500 and compete in a crappy division, I think is ludicrous.
How's the defensive coordinator? Confidence?
Yeah, I agree with you. But how did they play the last 5-6 games of the season last year?
They lost to Detroit in the last game. That would have got them into the playoffs.
Yeah, they lost that game. But how did they play in the streak?
They didn't play great in the streak.
But better.
They played better.
Yeah.
They were top 12. What was Tannenbaum? They were top 12?
According to
that run?
Mike Tannenbaum, yes.
No, but I'm just saying through that run.
So through that run, the only game they played well was Minnesota. They gave up over 300 yards to Tua in the first half. And then Tua got concussed, didn't get taken out of the game, so they got fortunate there against Miami. Like, they didn't play great.
Was their best defensive player hurt?
No.
Rashawn Gary?
Their best defensive player is not Rashawn Gary.
Well, okay, I'll
their
agree.
Their best defensive player is Jair Alexander.
I won't disagree with that. But Rashawn is a big deal.
He is, and he's not 100% healthy right now. They've got him on a pitch count going in, so the outside linebacker spot's going to be iffy until he starts playing 100%.
Is this what the normal fan is like?
But
I don't talk to a lot of people.
What do you mean? Is like, do you think he's just being delusional? Is that what you think? You can tell him we're friends. We're all friends here.
No.
I think it's hard to have confidence.
There's not a big difference between 6 wins and 8 wins.
But
Is that where you have him?
You're adamant at 6, and he's saying they could go.
No, I'm saying the bottom end is 6.
What does Vegas have him at? 7?
7.5 is the over.
I'm taking the over, and I think they're between 8 and 9. And I think that can compete in this division.
Between
I don't think
8 and 9, so 8.5.
Yeah.
But there's a tie in there. It'll be fine.
I don't think this is doom and gloom when 4 or 5 games.
I appreciate
and that's not what we're saying either. This is a growth year.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers took over a team in 2008 that went to an NFC Championship game the year before. He was loaded with talent. Brett Favre, before he left, said, "Man, this is one of the most talented teams I've ever played on." Caught crap for it. They go to host an NFC Championship game. Went 6-10 the next year because you need time to grow. They had Donald Driver on that team with Aaron, who I know is obviously very close with Cousin Subs now. But you had those veterans on a team that could kind of help develop the young talent that they had, like Greg Jennings, like Aaron Rodgers, and kind of bring some of those young players along. They don't have that on this team. This is a team that went 8-9 a year ago, got rid of basically all of their veterans outside of Bakhtiari and Preston Smith. Like, they just don't have any veterans to help the development of this team. So I think there's just going to be a learning curve early. They're going to be playing good football late, and that's going to result in 6 to 7 wins.
You don't look at Kenny Clark, Jair Alexander, Rashawn Gary as leaders and as veterans?
I do, but I take
all
a
three
look
of them are Pro Bowler,
potential Pro Bowlers.
All three of them.
But I look at the guy calling the plays on defense. He's had all three of those guys. The defense has been crap.
Justin,
I can't defend Joe.
Isn't this screaming a bet? Isn't this screaming a bet? Doesn't it feel like Gabe should have to do something?
3 subs for the rest of the year.
If the Packers somehow beat the Bears this weekend, doesn't it feel like Gabe should have to do something?
Whoa! No.
You said they're not going to win.
No, I didn't.
He said they're not going to win. It's by proxy.
I mean, if you want to do a season-long thing, I'll take the under at 7.5. You take the over, and we can reconvene at the end of the year.
Well, we got to figure out steaks. We'll work on that. Speaking of steaks, let's talk about sandwiches, shall we? We want to talk, obviously, because you guys do every year the free subs for a year sweepstakes. It's the midweek meal ticket. Every year, people throw their name in the hat to win free subs for a year. To date, Cousin Subs has received more than 45,000 entries from guests looking to satisfy their local cravings. So today we are announcing the big winner from this past year and reminding people that they can get in the contest for this year. Who is our big winner, Justin?
Our big winner is Ann Davis of Green Bay.
Ann Davis of Green Bay, you are the big winner. Nice. Free subs for your sweepstakes at Cousin Subs. And I love this other thing that you guys are doing, the family 4-pack after 4 p.m. Because look, there are a lot of times I'm bringing my kids from practice, right? We're running home and now I got to figure out dinner. So now you're telling me I can just roll through the Cousins drive-thru, pick up a 4-pack for $30?
Yeah, it's a great deal. I mean, if I go and grab dinner with my son, for the two of us, it's $40. So this is a great deal. So it's at any 4 subs or 4 subs in a bowl from our classic or deli fresh lineup, along with a chip or a fry, and we're doing it for $30. You can do it online. You can buy, come in the store and get it, but family 4-pack.
I bet you can do it on the app, can't you?
You can.
You can do it on the
You
Cousin
have
Subs
the
app. I got to download it.
I heard about
150.
And how can our app not already be on that phone?
Well, here's what I said. When I go to McDonald's, right, and I roll through, and they're like, will you be using the app today? I'm like, no, I can't use my mouth, okay? I'm going to talk into the speaker like I have ever since I got my driver's license 10 years ago. No, that was a math joke. Sorry, that was an age joke. Sorry, fell flat. It's my bad. Didn't deliver it as well as I would have liked. Go ahead, Chew.
How did the Super Sub work out at Summerfest?
It was fantastic. We had a great year at Summerfest. The Cheeto Sub went over fantastic. People loved it.
God,
a lot of people
good.
asked about having it in store. It's a little difficult to make in store on a day-to-day basis. But
I've never seen Chewy. Like, he's the body is, my body is a temple guy. He doesn't eat before, 11:30?
Yeah. But I have cheat days, though.
When you brought that sub in, like, he had to, he couldn't put it down. He just kept eating. He absolutely loved that sub.
You know what I tried doing, though? Because my go-to, after, I've seen you on the lake a little bit, and sometimes there's a little too much libations. I go to Cousins and get my...
Coming from the guy who...
I just want you to know, this is why we don't tell him anything. This is why we don't tell him things.
I go to Cousins, I get the double steak and cheese, and then I took the Flamin' Hots and put them in there. It wasn't the same.
No, it's not the same. You got to have the cheese
But
sauce.
it
Got to
was.
have the whole thing. Yeah.
Justin, I saw you wreck this one time out of the boat. I mean, what are we doing?
Have you seen Chewy on the lake?
You seen him here?
You guys have a lot of other great things going on. Best Seats in the House going on as well.
Yeah, Best Seats in the House is happening right now. That just kicked off, so you can enter at Packers.com Best Seats. Bunch of stuff going on. We got 80-cent delivery kicking off next week. So for the first 2 weeks of the NFL season, you can get delivery for 80 cents. Talking about big subs, we got the Colossal Pastrami sub in right now. So it's a half pound of pastrami with Swiss cheese, mayo, onion, brown mustard on garlic herb bread. It's
Wow,
fantastic.
that sounds good.
And
That's out there now?
It's out now, along with an espresso shake.
Okay. If I have too many libations, I'm going to go to
that. Half pound of pastrami is pretty good.
Trying to course correct over there. Some of these sites that you guys need to know about, packers.com/best seats. That is for the best seats in the house. Cousinsubs.com/free subs if you want to get in on the free subs for a year sweepstakes, the midweek meal ticket. And then I love this catering for a cure that you guys have going on as well. Tell us about the catering for a cure.
Yeah, so we're partnered up with the Star Children's Fund, which is administered by the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation. And for every 20-piece party box that we sell in the month of September, we're going to donate $15 up to $50,000. So September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and the Star Children's Fund basically is working to find a cure for cancer for children. And so we're happy to support that. We've been a longtime supporter of the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation and Star Children's Fund. So it's a program that means a lot to us.
Justin, we love it when you come in here, you talk Cousin Subs, you tell us what's going on in the company, but also when you defend the Green Bay Packers and you tell these guys, hey, pick it up a little. Little excitement here, a little optimism about the NFL season kicking off this weekend against those Chicago Bears. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
It is time to walk towards a brighter future without Alzheimer's and other dementia. My partners at Great Midwest Bank are getting the word out about Alzheimer's Association and its upcoming Walk to End Alzheimer's. The Walk to End Alzheimer's is taking place all over Wisconsin this fall. In fact, guys, there are 27 walks. It'll be in Waukesha on September 9th and Milwaukee on September 17th. Mark your calendars. The Walk to End Alzheimer's raises money and awareness for Alzheimer's care, support, and research. And if you haven't been to one of their walks, you got to go. It's an amazing experience that makes a huge impact on the community. Join Great Midwest Bank in supporting Alzheimer's Association Wisconsin. To learn more about the event and sign up, visit alz.org/walk.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN is your home for Catholic Memorial Football. On Friday night, the Crusaders visit the Pewaukee Pirates.
Touchdown, Marvadius Butler.
Gabe Neitzel and Mike Podol get things started Friday at 6:30. Catholic Memorial Football on 94.5 ESPN is brought to you by R&R Insurance, Gerald Nell Inc., Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, Wind Dancer Balloon Promotions, Suburban Asphalt, Perspire Sauna Studio, Home Sealed Exteriors, BC Adhesives, and Lake 5 Landscape Supply.
What can you do in about an hour? You could take a nap, do some cleaning, have lunch with a friend, watch your favorite show, take a yoga class, go to the gym, or buy a car. At Ewald Automotive, you'll be in and out in about an hour. Go to ewaldauto.com, select the vehicle you're interested in, and get your instant price. Get a firm trade-in offer, customize your payment option, and even add your own protection plans. Then head to the dealership, and you'll be in and out in about an hour.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
Buckle up. It's all systems go at Potawatomi. Plug in to High Wattage Play and you could win an all-electric BMW i7. Play now through September with your club card. Prize drawings on Thursdays. There's a shocking $800,000 in total prizes on the line, including the luxury BMW i7. It's time to electrify your drive. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More info at paysbig.com/BMW. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Hi everyone, John Miller here from PDS, a Converge company. PDS has been providing technology solutions and transforming IT for area companies for over 30 years. Today, we are helping organizations integrate digital workplace strategies that are giving today's worker the true ability to work from anywhere as they balance work and life both securely and productively. And as HP's largest partner in the area, our combined solutions have never been more important. If you're struggling with this, know we stand ready to help. From ideation to transformation, we can help you evolve your work from anywhere strategy. Learn more at pdsit.net.
Oh, how great it would feel to have your 20-year-old knees, shoulders, hips, and back.
You know, you don't think about your pains when you're in your 20s or 30s, but you wish you could get that body back when you're in your 60s. I think QC did that for me.
For Patrick, here in Milwaukee, it started with a simple phone call to QC Kinetics.
One day I was driving and I just heard the radio and I pulled over and took the number and I called them when I got home.
Maybe that's you, and you're listening right now. Why wait? QC Kinetics Regenerative Treatments uses your body's own natural biologics to heal and restore damaged tissue without invasive surgery or harmful drugs. And as for the results,
my knees are as good as they were when I was in my 20s. I'm really happy with what happened.
For Patrick, it's like QC Kinetics turned back the clock. Now it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I have told you about the delicious pizza and Italian snacks that you can find at Proof Pizza inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel. But now there's even more to be excited about. The restaurant has added new sandwiches to the menu. Available every day from 11 to 4, you can enjoy items like the Red Rock Chicken BLT, the Meatball Hero, and more. Order from the counter at Proof or directly from the bar at St. Kate. Explore the new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com.
A pair of football powerhouses on the Division III football scene meet this Saturday in Whitewater. Be there as the UW Whitewater Warhawks host St. John's at Perkins Stadium. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Get tickets now at uwwsports.com or day of while they last. Experience national championship level college football that won't cost you hundreds of dollars this Saturday when the Warhawks welcome in the Johnnies at 1 p.m. Warhawk football, powered by tradition.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm right-handed, but like
I'm with Gabe here. Yeah, I feel more confident in my left hand here, just cupping right now, other than my other hand cupping.
Mostly because I also.
I get a lot more work on the right hand.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
It doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue with any guy, and that's where Mentality comes in. They can help you. You may be dealing with low testosterone, not even know it. Kind of tired, just kind of dismiss it, I think. Oh, I'm getting older. It makes sense. That's why I'm getting more tired. It doesn't have to be that way. If you feel tired, groggy, just don't feel like yourself. Don't have that energy to attack your day. That could be low testosterone, and that's where Mentality can help. You book your appointment, lowtusa.com. Go in, consult with them, get a blood panel done. Within a week, your results are back to you, and if your testosterone levels are low, they'll work specifically with you for a customized testosterone treatment program. It's not one size fits all. It doesn't fit for everybody, but they will make sure you get your testosterone levels where they need to be. Go to lowtusa.com. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Learn more about Mentality. Their low testosterone treatments at lowtusa.com.
So yeah. Come on, here we go, yeah. Come on. Here we go.
We put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll today. The Packers win on Sunday if blank. Max in the 262 weighing in on our ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. If the Packers make adjustments on both sides of the ball. I assume he means make adjustments throughout the game, right? You start in one space and you make adjustments as the game goes on to whatever your opponent is doing. Brett weighing in on the Twitter account saying if they put pressure on Fields, protect Love, and keep turnovers to a minimum. And they're going to protect Love. Like, I'm not even concerned really if Love gets outside of the pocket because he's shown that scramble ability. What I'm a little concerned about, if I'm being honest, is guys getting open downfield. Right, that's the thing, that always makes it tough on a quarterback, right? And sometimes they end up taking coverage sacks because they hold the ball too long because there's nothing open downfield, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, minus 4 yards, minus 6 yards, and you're moving backwards instead of forward. So I agree with Brett. Put pressure on Fields, protect Love, keep turnovers to a minimum. Rudolph, not to be confused with Kyle. The defense limits the Bears' passing success and creates turnovers. Haven't given much thought to passing success as far as the Bears go, and maybe that's because I've been bought in on the narrative of Justin Fields.
They've got really good receivers. I mean, when you take a look at their top 3 wide receivers, they're amongst. I mean, they have the best receivers in the division.
Gabe,
I would say 1 through 3, they've got the best receivers.
You have to stay strong with the attack of the Toads. Okay,
I thought I did
You've
a pretty
been good so far. The Toads get a little more aggressive as we get closer. Just gotta.
Well, again, we have the trump card. Anytime somebody starts talking about the defense, I played it with Justin.
Yeah.
His name's Joe Barry.
It's unbelievable, though. I never knew fans were like that.
What do you mean you never knew fans were like that?
Have you not interacted with humans?
It's been a while.
And Justin is a huge Packers fan. I mean,
huge?
Yeah. Okay. Wait, would you call Justin a toad?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you just called him a drunk to his face. Why would you call him a toad?
Not just a toad, he's a drunk toad.
Did you see his eyes perk up? He's like, Kool-Aid? We'll get that at Cousins.
Yeah, that would be a good marketing thing, by the way. Some green and gold Kool-Aid at Cousins Subs. You want to drink the Kool-Aid? Come to Cousins Subs. Are there too many apps on your phone? I am adamant that there are. 76% of people are saying yes, there are too many. 24% saying no, it's not a big deal. Although somebody did say we'll complain about anything. Yeah, that's also true. But listen, this is one of those things where every time I get a new email and it's like, download the app. I have to pay my mortgage. Well, no, not my mortgage, but I have certain bills, right? Car payments now. Mm-hmm. You can't just pay it, over the phone with a text message. Now you got to download the app. AT&T. I got a auto loan through GMC or something like that. You know what I mean? Like all of that stuff. Download the app. Pay through the app.
Don't you just set up auto pay?
Are there credit cards on the phone?
I have an Amex. I've got an Amex app because through the app you can get certain
perks
with the app. Like you get 10% off so and so if you click the thing.
You told me this morning you had 119 apps. Of those 119, how many could you get rid of right now and be okay with it?
Probably 20.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a lot with that have the little
downloady,
the download
icon.
You're
welcome.
Cloud. Yeah. It's almost the end of the show.
But like Fandango, right? If I'm going to the movies, I got the Fandango app on there.
Yeah. Heck is that?
Flickster.
What are you using Fandango for? It's 2023.
How do you buy your movie tickets?
Give them cash, paper money.
I walk up to the window and go,
I'd
like to see Oppenheimer.
Sure, but if the movie is going to sell out, you buy your tickets in advance so that you have seats.
But you have the app. You don't just go online and do it and then never remember.
No, I got the app. I got the Fandango app. I got the Flickster app. Yeah.
So sounds like you're complaining for nothing then if you continue to use the apps when you don't have to.
But this is the thing. Again, I would love to just walk up to, but the way that things work now is if I walk up to the ticket window, it's going to be sold out.
No,
or I'm going to be sitting in the first row.
You don't have to have the app. You could just buy them online and then close out the browser tab.
All right, so Fandango is gone. There we go. There. Look, we got rid of one.
Flickster,
148. Flickster also gone. 147. What else you got for me?
Well, I can't see the list.
Well, so we got 2, but you have to add 1 because you told Justin you download the Cousins app.
I didn't mean it.
You have a Packer app?
I do have the Packers app.
You're a toad.
Yep. I got the Packers app.
What? All of a sudden? You've been telling him he's not a toad. He's not a toad. Fight the toad.
I mean, the Packers app is just easy to have. So it's easy to...
What do you got? What do you do with the Packer app?
Stares at it every night.
Do you read it?
No. I don't get like
Longingly waiting for
notifications from it, but you go, it's a quick reference. Oh, what's the roster look like? Numbers, that sort of thing.
You know what app I cannot download? The Chevy app, the My Chevrolet app, because I
What?
get locked out of my car, I don't know, once a week. Got the old app there. This little electronic. Doot-doot, unlocks the doors. That one is staying.
But it doesn't start the car, as we learned last week.
Wilde and Tausch is staying as well. They're after us right now on ESPN Wisconsin.